as you go around, you see that it's actually a living, working building. It's not just a piece of sculpture. And I think this also epitomizes in terms of what Lafarge wants to contribute to construction in the future. It epitomizes what we want to do, our contribution that we can make through our products and through our research and development in terms of how we can contribute to the world of tomorrow in terms of building better cities.
And so for Lafarge, we are very proud to be associated as the sponsor of the French Pavilion first, and also as the main supplier of materials for the World Expo. Today we have provided materials and plasterboards to over 60% of all the buildings in Expo, including the most prominent one, which you can see in the back, which is the Chine Pavilion, which is the key landmark reference building for the Expo.
I think in China, the key challenges that we face in terms of sustainable construction are twofold. First, you have the massive challenge in terms of urbanization. China has a very, very large population, which is currently 40% urbanized, which means that around about 400 to 500 million people are living in the cities. And within the next 10 to 15 years, they anticipate that urbanization rate will move to around about 50%, which will put around about 600 to 700 million people living within the cities, which is an increase of about 150 million people to move into the cities. And the structures that have got to be built to house and accommodate and school and industries, etc., for all those people. When you combine that with the second challenge, which is really about energy efficiency in terms of buildings, buildings consume around about 40% of the energy that is consumed in the world. And therefore the key challenge is to make more energy efficient buildings. But with the massive pressure in terms of urbanization, we have to combine those two challenges together, particularly in China, to try and find a way of building energy efficient buildings, but enough of them, fast enough, in order to accommodate the needs of the people moving into the cities.
La Chine est construite et développée tellement rapide. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'on peut mettre cohérence entre social, économie, culturelle, architecture et la ville? C'est ça qu'on pense beaucoup aujourd'hui.
尤其是我们拉法基在中国已经有10几年的历史了，能够为我们这个中国的社会创造出更好的这个优质的材料，也帮助我们这个中国的城市更加的节能、更加的环保。这个也是我们作为拉法基人的责任。 在客户上，其实还是有很多很多客户是十分捧场的。
There's a very important topic in China, which they call here the recycling economy, which is the ability to save on resources. Here in Lafarge Gypsum, we've really taken a leadership in that direction, and today our products are 100% made of recycled products. We use 100% recycled gypsum, made from the desulfurization of the power plants, and we also use 100% recycled paper. We've been able to present this achievement to the government and to the various governments we're working with, and this has been seen as a very favorable thing that Lafarge is doing.
For most of our plant, we start to use, how to say, industrial waste material, such as the flash, such as also some, city, waste material.
So innovation in China. So innovation in China, I believe it's coming. China is not anymore the country of the copy. China will innovate, and the Expo can already show what China can bring to the world. So today, even in concrete, we are still doing 80% of our concrete is a very standard concrete, which is C30. There's a huge potential for what we call VAP. So innovation is coming. Architects are very keen today in Shanghai or in Beijing of new products, but it's coming everywhere, and it's coming also in a city like Chongqing.
So when we look about innovation, we are really careful about understanding to what extent innovation can provide a better solution to our customers. We've really worked very hard in China Gypsum BU in terms of developing solutions for installations of buildings. And we are, to a large extent, benefited from our French experience to develop a range of insulation products which today are more and more popular in China. So, plasterboard in China is a very important market. 10 years ago, it represented almost nothing. Today, it is the second largest market in the world, with over 1 billion square meters of consumption in 2009. We believe that in the next 5 years, growth of plasterboard in China will represent somewhere between 50 to 80% of the total consumption in the world.
Okay, market for us is a huge market. It's the biggest market in the world. So Lafarge has big expectations. So few figures about the market. To have an idea about the market, China needs to urbanize 300 to 500 million people in the next 10 to 20 years. So they need to urbanize all Europe. So it means they need to build 2 New York per year, more or less. So this is the idea. So it's a huge market, and the good news also it's growth. So it means it's a huge growth at the same time. So we have huge expectation for Lafarge, and we want to be part of it in China.
So then there is a lot of opportunity for cement industry. So our ambition in Guizhou is for within 5 years we want to get 20% of market share and about 8 to 10 million capacity.